Hey guys, what's up? And if no one's wished you this yet, a very early and Merry Christmas to you and a happy holiday. Really looking forward to this year, but if you're anything like me, then you're looking at your calendar, you're realizing that Christmas is less than 2 weeks away, and you still have people to buy for, you still have packages to wrap, you still have plans to be made, and it's getting a little bit crazy and you don't really know what to do. Well, take a breath. That's why I decided to make this video, to try to help you out in finding that extra game or that stocking stuff or that something for the gamer that you love in your life. Now, before we get started with that, if this video helped you out, please consider smashing that like button and giving the channel a follow, a subscribe. That would help so much more than you realize. It would most of all just help me to have a very Merry Christmas. But on top of that, it helps us to grow. And also, if you have any questions, we stream every Monday, Tuesday, and Friday at 7 p.m. Central Time over at twitch.tv/WubbyPumpkin. No matter what we're doing, no matter what we're playing, you're more than welcome to come in, ask your questions, hang out there. I would love to see you. And if you do, let me know you found the channel because of YouTube. I think that's awesome. Okay, let's get started. So, I know that not every gamer is created equal, and so for the purposes of suggesting games in this video, we're going to break it down into 3 categories: the Nintendo Switch, the PlayStation 4/5, but let's be real, unless you're a bot, you don't have a PS5, so PS4, and the Xbox One Series/PC, the whole Microsoft bundle of options. All of that in the 3rd category. So kicking things off, we have the Nintendo Switch. And listen, we can't talk about games that you have to play on the Nintendo Switch without talking about Animal Crossing New Horizons. This game was the best, probably the only good thing that came out of the pandemic. Absolutely spent way too many hours in this game, but it just got a new update as well as a DLC that dropped, so there's still lots of brand new things that you can do in this game, even though it's a little bit older. A great game for anyone who just needs a little pick-me-up or likes casual gaming or just likes to just kill time when gaming. Or if you're a hardcore gamer, really had a lot of fun with this. You basically take on the role of an island representative on an abandoned island, a brand new experience, a brand new opportunity to do whatever it is that you want to do. You're kind of working with Tom Nook to develop the island and to make it a place that is not only fun to live, but an enjoyable experience that brings visitors as well. I'm telling you, hours and hours and hours of content just running around your island and picking up weeds and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. You're gonna want to check this one out. If you're a Mario fan, this game is no longer available digitally. However, you can still find it pretty regularly physically, and that is the 3D All-Star Collection. This is not a retelling, but a rebundling of the first 3D Mario games that came out on the 64, the GameCube, and the Wii, all bundled up into a convenient little package for the Nintendo Switch. It's a really cool way to relive the experience, and the Mario 64 version actually has controller support now for the newest Nintendo 64 online controller that you can purchase. Now, those are all back order, so I don't think any of you are going to be getting one of those this holiday season, but this is still definitely worth picking up. And since it was a limited release and it is no longer available on the eShop, this is the only way to own this game. It may be worth it just for the collector's aspect, so try checking that out. Now, alright, Zelda Breath of the Wild. This is still probably the absolute best game on the console, like hands down. It launched with the console, and I loved it. I put so many hours into this game. You play, of course, as Link trying to save Princess Zelda, but it's a very different spin on Zelda games as far as like we've known them from the past. It's fully open world, 3D, which 3D isn't so new. And it's really incredible. Voice acting is incredible. The fighting mechanic is good. I'm telling you, this is hours and hours of fun. Make sure that they haven't already played this before you pick it up, though, because like I said, it did release on the Switch. But if they're getting their very first Switch, you cannot go wrong with picking this up for the console. If they have already played this and they're asking for Zelda, they're probably wanting either Link's Awakening or the most recent game, which would be Skyward Sword. So check those out for the Switch. But Breath of the Wild, if they haven't played it, that's honestly a rite of passage. You have to. All right, Pokemon fans. Not everyone loved this one, but let's go Pikachu and Eevee. I actually really enjoyed this game. The catching mechanic, I know, is a little bit different. It works more like let's go, or this is Let's Go. It works more like Pokemon Go, but I still really enjoyed seeing a complete remaster of the Kanto region. The Kanto Pokemon are always going to be special to my heart because they're the first Pokemon that I was ever introduced to. Really, really great experience. If you can get past that catching mechanic, I think it's definitely a win. Just to play Pokemon Yellow again. It is a Pokemon Yellow remake officially. Maybe the Pokemon gamer in your life likes more of a classic experience. Well, the brand new remake, Pokemon Radiant Diamond and Shining Pearl, is an absolute must. This game even had some of the glitches that were originally in the game, which made it feel really great. Now, some of those have been patched. I really enjoyed it. This was one of my first Pokemon games that I ever played on the DS. I really, really enjoyed it. I never actually beat it on the DS because I was young and I didn't really know what I was doing. So I beat it for the first time, and it was like memory unlocked, nostalgia for me. It was super great. So, hey, if they like Pokemon, you are going to love this. And, of course, the newest Pokemon in the series, if they don't have any Pokemon at all and they want the newest best thing, that's going to be Sword and Shield. So definitely check those out. You can find those pre-owned pretty easily now if you're not even looking to spend that full MSRP pricing. And then last for the Nintendo Switch is New Super Lucky's Tale. This is from Playful Studios, which is kind of setting it apart because everything else we've talked about has been from Nintendo Studios. This game is for the platformers in your life or for young children in your life. It's super, super family friendly, super clean, loads of fun. At 27 years old, I genuinely really, really enjoyed this game. And I think anyone that enjoys a platformer or a collector game that picks this up will feel just the same. I've actually played it through twice. It's so good. You don't want to go without playing this game at some point in your life. And this one only comes in brand new around $40. So it's a great little stocking stuffer if nothing else. All right, let's move on to the PlayStation. So like I said before, you probably don't have a PS5. If you do have a PS5, all of these games will be great on it as well, but the majority of the population still, including myself, have been unable to obtain a PS5 because of bots and all kinds of different things. So these aren't necessarily new games, but I believe that these are games that are must-plays that sometimes get overlooked, starting with my absolute favorite game of all time, Spyro the Dragon. He's on my hat, he's in my heart, and he's on the PS4. He's also available on the Switch and the Xbox, but I think that the PS4 version of this game got the most love. Toys for Bob did an incredible job reimagining and reigniting, if you will, the first three games that were originally on the PS1 for Spyro. I had so many memories unlocked playing this game through again. I liked it so much that I picked it up for PS4 and played it, and then I also played it on the Xbox One so I could compare the two to 100% completion. This is the absolute must for the platformer collector 3D gamer in your life. You got to pick it up. But hey, if you're not really a Spyro fan, you really can't go wrong with his cousin, Crash Bandicoot. The same treatment was given to this game as well in the Insane Trilogy. It's the first three Crash games from the PS1, reimagined, and they play really well. I didn't remember how infuriating it would be to try to jump from box to box until I played this game, but hey, if you have a gamer that enjoys platforming and a challenge, this is a great one that is a staple of the Sony PlayStation. Maybe they like racing games, but you still want to keep that staple of the PlayStation mentality. CTR. Crash Team Racing. Think Mario Kart, but with the Crash characters. Hours of fun here. I really enjoyed it. I actually like this racing mechanic better than Mario Kart, but I'm kind of unique in that regard. Mario Kart is a classic, but this is incredible, and I think it can't go without being mentioned. You want to check that out. All right, for our younger kids, Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. Also a remake. Lots of remakes in this as a recurring theme. But it was a PS2 game that was remade for the PS4, and it was done really well. It's a little bit challenging, so your little ones might need a little help. Just be around just in case. But I really, really enjoyed this game. If you're cool with SpongeBob and you're cool with laughing and having a great time, this is a game that you want to pick up. And I want to say this was only like $40 when I bought it new as well. Actually, every game I just mentioned was only like $40 so far. Immortals Phoenix Rising. This game is actually available, as well as every one of the other ones, available across all platforms. However, I played it on the PS4 because I think it looks good on the PS4. I also own it on Switch. The cool thing about this game, if you are a multi-console gamer, is that Ubisoft implemented an option so that you can upload your save file to their server and you can pick up where you left off no matter the console. Think Fortnite and how you can play it on everything, but with an actual like story-driven campaign game. And that's been incredible. I've got it on the Switch and the PS4. It looks best on the PS4, but if I wanted to do something on the go, or I wanted to get out of this chair and go lay on the couch or lay in bed and hang out there, I can upload that save file and pick up immediately on the Switch. So I've got to give this some high regards here. Think Breath of the Wild. If you've never played Breath of the Wild and you want to play Breath of the Wild but you don't have a Switch, this is the game for you. It's very open world Breath of the Wild-esque, set in a Greek mythology role-playing world. Definitely want to check this one out. Really, really good. Alright, now for probably the two best PS4 games that were ever made, and that is going to be Marvel's Spider-Man. Look, Spider-Man, the second Spider-Man is coming out in 2023, and you're gonna want to be prepared. This game was incredible. It is the best Spider-Man telling up until the time of the recording of this video that I've ever seen in my life. Now, I'm going to see No Way Home tomorrow, so maybe that'll change, but this is a game you want to play if you're a Spider-Man or a Marvel fan. It is so good, and probably my favorite on the console has got to be God of War. This game was so incredible. I really enjoyed it. Now, parents, it is rated M for mature. There is a lot of language in this game that you need to be aware of. No graphic nudity or nudity at all, for that matter, like some of the older God of Wars. But it does have some bad words. So, viewer discretion is advised. But breathtaking, no cutscenes. Like, the cutscenes are just a continuation, like a cinematic movie. It is a cinematic masterpiece. This game from Santa Monica is absolutely beautiful, and I cannot wait to play Ragnarok later. This is it. All right, for our Xbox fanboys, our PC gamers, look, I'll be honest with you, I don't have a lot of physical games for the Xbox because I believe that the best value in Xbox gaming, and honestly probably PC gaming, is Xbox Game Pass. Now, I'm not sponsored, but if you play more than 2 games, or just 2 games per year, if that's all you ever play, you will save money with Game Pass. And I think many of us play more games than that per year. For the cost of a yearly or an annual subscription to Game Pass, which is charged monthly, you get a lot, hundreds of games, including all of Xbox or Microsoft Studios' first-party games on day one. Halo Infinite just dropped, and I downloaded it day one for free. I mean, I still pay for the service, but for free from Game Pass immediately. Gears of War 5, the day that it dropped, I downloaded it on my Xbox. I didn't need the internet. I didn't have to continue to be connected to the internet. It was right there, ready for me to play for free the moment that game came out. If you don't have Game Pass, you're literally not getting the most out of your system. And for you PC gamers, Xbox Game Pass has PC games. I mean, that's been their slogan for a little while, and they didn't sponsor me to say it, but it's worth noting that you can play pretty much everything on your PC as well, which is really cool. But hey, if you do need to go physical, a great option would be the Halo Master Chief Collection. This is a game that I wanted to own physically anyway, just because I love Halo. I think it's a great game if you like shooters. If you've never played Halo, what are you even doing with your life? This is a game that you have to play. And with the Halo Infinite drop like last week, if you need that Master Chief storyline so far, this is where you start. It's got the first 4 games on it. Bundle this with Halo 5 and you'll have everything you need to make sure that you're prepared to play the newest Halo Infinite. However, all of those games are available on Game Pass, worth noting. Gears of War 4, it's still pretty easy to find this particular bundle, which was Gears of War 4 that came with the 4 original games as well for free. So I played the entire series for the cost, I think for $60. I played everything, and then I just bought Gears 5. Well, I didn't buy it because I got it on Game Pass, but I got Gears 5 the day it came out and just played everything there. So I recommend looking new, because pre-owns won't have the code, but looking new for this collection. It's still available in shops like GameStop and Walmart occasionally. You want to try to find this one. This is the one to go if you're going to buy physical there. These are 2 definitely have to play games. When it comes to Xbox, it's worth noting that both of them are rated M. We do have a good bit of blood and violence in Halo, a little bit of language, but not too bad. A lot of blood and gore and violence and language, a lot of those things in the Gears saga. So viewer discretion is advised there, as well as a lot of those other games that I mentioned before, like Spyro. They're available on Xbox as well. Games that are not available on Game Pass, like Call of Duty or It Takes Two. It Takes Two is an EA game that was probably the best EA game I've ever played this last year, but they also released a game called Lost in Random. Totally worth picking up. I picked them up physically because if you have Game Pass, you get discounts on your games as well. I'm just telling you guys, Game Pass is the way to do it. But hey, I get it. If you don't want to commit to a subscription, I totally understand that. If you want to get something that you can put it as a stocking stuffer, Game Pass is still an option for that. You can buy codes at any store, at your GameStop or Walmart, Target, online, and throw that in a stocking stuffer. Those are great options. And hey, while we're talking subscriptions, swinging back to Nintendo, Nintendo Online is a decent option. They just released the expansion pack, which gives you access to Nintendo 64 and Sega Genesis games, as well as the Animal Crossing DLC for free. It does come with a hefty price tag, so, you know, think it over and decide what's best for you. Hey guys, I hope this video was helpful. Listen, I know I kind of rambled a little bit with it, and I know that there's just so much to take in the world of gaming, but these are some games that I think are worth playing if you've never played them as we go into this next era of gaming. That should have already happened, but you know, PS5, where are you? So anywho, I hope this helped. I hope that you guys have an amazing, amazing holiday. Thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. Hey, I want you to know that you mean a lot to me, and your viewership and the way that you engage and love on this community means a lot to me. So thank you for that. Hey, you guys have a very, very Merry Christmas and a happy holiday season this year. Love you all, and I will see you in the next video.